Welcome to the Active Trader Setups Tutoring Reference Series, where we'll be reviewing charts and exactly tutoring you on how to set those charts up from scratch, what the indicators are on each chart template that's shown over on our Trader Members site under Products. So you go to tradermembers.com, click on the Products tab, and we have the page set up for our members, as well as it's open to the public if you want to learn more about our charts. We have each chart outlined, each template. We have a different section for the futures charts, and we're taking each chart one at a time and showing all the indicators that are on the chart, telling a little bit about what they tell you, showing you where the scanners are located to scan for the inflection points that are shown on these charts, as well as at the very end of each of these reference tutoring videos, we will have a step-by-step instruction of how to create this chart from scratch with a new chart, starting with the data series and then loading the template. That'll be in about the last 5 minutes of each of these videos. That'll be shown right above the chart template on the page, and this will be the name of the video on the YouTube site that's shown right below the chart template on the page. So it's Products page at tradermembers.com. That's open to the public as well. So you want to remember this if you're having to reconstruct a chart, or you want to place a chart into a workspace you already have open. You don't have that chart there and you need to build it because you want to start using it in your workspace that you've already got created. You'll go over, find this video, just fast forward over the last 5 minutes, and it'll show you how to create each chart from scratch. And be sure to watch on our YouTube channel. We got the Active Trader Setups Trading Setup Series that's coming out 3 and 4 times a week, where we're reviewing actual charts from the day, that's using the chart and the indicator setups that are on that chart to use practical application of the indicators on the charts, how you're going to read them and how you're going to react and trade to them. That's an ongoing series for our clients to learn from, as well as our guests to learn more about our trading package. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and be watching for that series multiple times a week. This video is brought to you by Active Trader Setups Trading Package, a day trader setups company. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel while you're here, and go over to daytradersetups.com. You can find out more about our package under our features area, our registration area, as well as our education and training. We have a YouTube channel page that has links to various videos as well. And then you can go over to our members site. It's called tradermembers.com. Go to the products page, and we have a full listing of reference materials for our traders to access, but this page is open to the public. It goes over each of the charts and what they have on them, the indicators, the indications, how to scan for those, and so forth. This video covers chart template 25 Wick ATS Inflection, and on the product stock chart page on the tradermembers.com website, where the tutorial reference series is listed, you'll find the chart with a chart trader added to it, and we're going to show you how to implement that as well in this video. The chart consists of 2 data series, the ATS Algo Wick set to 25 bricks, and a daily as well. This one shows the chart trader that's not actually in the template, and we added it. We're going to show you how to do that. And you can modify the ATS Wick, but not the daily. So if you want to change this to a 10 for trading smaller ATR stocks, or you want to change it to a 50 for trading higher ATR stocks, maybe something like a Tesla or a Boeing, you wanted to get in and stay in longer with bigger bars, you could do that. Or you could also use it for bigger bars for maybe overnight swing trading and things like that. The bottom indicator is nothing but the alert visual on the volume, and the volume up down is all that's shown on the bottom. It's a pretty simple chart. And here's the chart, and you can see the 10 lines of the daily inflection. As a reminder, the inflections most recently created, this is a daybreak right here, a little small gray line is your day breaks. And remember, we don't do a break at the end of the day. Sometimes you'll get a bunch of candles straight up. That would be a gap up. But this is very early bars, and you can see it ran up at 9:38 a.m. So there's plenty of time for things to settle down. And it went into, this is yesterday's line we created on our inflection charting. This is the prior day, and this was 3 days back. And then after 3 days, they go to orange for a total of 10 days we're looking at. But you can see this inflection here. It's a great setup, easy to read, expected resistance. It gets there, slightly goes above the line. The line is 93.75. The high was 93.88, puts in our reversal bar. If you'd waited and traded this on the 25 chart, you could also trade this on a 10 wick. But if you use the 10 wick for your stop, you're probably going to get a down, up, down movement in that 10 wick bar and get stopped out. You'd need to use the 25 for your stop, which would put you at the top up here. The 10 wick would just move down, lower your stop, and then a little gyration on a small chart would end up stopping you out. But if you traded the 25 for the entry, you'd be down here around 93.25 on this entry. Very nice run. Very, very strong. If you zoom in, there's only one chart, one bar all the way down that got any kind of wick out the top. And the open on this one was, we'll need to slide this over just slightly so I can see that whole data box. This particular bar, the high was 83, the open was 77, so it went through the top up there 7 cents. It didn't go far enough to take out the top of this bar, and this is generally, if you want to stay into the reversal trade, you want to use 2 bars back for your trail. If you're using a current bar trail, and I generally set those to about 3 cents off, this would have stopped you out. I actually set them for 6 cents. This would have still stopped you out by 1 penny. Other than that, this was absolutely a nice, strong move down, no gyrations, easy to stay in the trade. And as I said, if you use a 2-bar trailing stop, it's called a 3-bar actually, because it's this bar. This is 1, 2, 3. Right back here, you don't stop out till you get the full reversal bar, and you just stayed in this trade from right here at 93.22 all the way down. It went to a low of 90.81. You would have stopped out right here at 91.39. That's almost a $2 net per share traded. So that's how this bar chart trader works for you, using the inflection charting. It's my absolute favorite trade, along with a fast cloud to help me, guide me when I'm looking for something in the clouds telling me it's going to go the other way maybe, and I've got an inflection point. It works out really well. And you can see when it came back up late in the day, this 94.90 is a confluence of lines here in this area. Within a dime right here, but the high of this bar was 94.90, both bars. 94.89, 94.90, held that line for multiple days in the history. that actually went back. That was the 9th day back. You can look in the Bar Chart Trader over here to the right. It's the very bottom plot, 94.90. So that's 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days back gave you your inflection point. Our favorite indicator, top pick by our day traders. It's an awesome, awesome indicator, ATS Inflection Point Charting. Of course, your scanners for this are, we've showed in multiple videos. We'll show you those real quick. It's going to be your ATS Inflection Alerts or your Inflection Alerts with volume. They both are set up the same way. One just has volume as a criteria set up into the alerts that are preset in here. And you can scan for the reversal bars on a 25 or even the 10 off of these same lines. And the way you select that in the alerts, the first part of the alerts is just at the bar, not a reversal. It's just there. If you want to see them when they get there prior to, then you can use this alert, and as soon as it actually gets around one of the lines, whichever line you select, it can be higher than and lower than. That means it straddled that line. It's gotten to it, and we actually have a little buffer in here of a few cents. When it gets to the line and crosses it going up, it'll alert you if you use this first 10 for each line. You may not want to do every line. You can. That's why they're individual. You can select the alert you want to enable and apply at the bottom. If you want to wait on the reversal signal, then this will be your reversal, and it actually uses the blue diamond indicator that plots after this bar closes, so it'll give you that alert right when this takes place. Now, sometimes this is a fast move, sometimes it's a slow move, and especially if you're on maybe you're using a 25 on a low ATR stock looking for a swing trade, or you're using a 50 on a higher ATR stock, you may want to look at this alert system here to apply, and then you can evaluate the trade over a longer period of time. The way these are labeled, ST stands for small tick. Those are set to 10. If you do the alerts that say MT, that's medium tick. Those are set to 25. If you do the alerts for HT, that's high tick. Those are set for 50. So this is a huge, huge indicator. Has a lot of flexibility, this scanner, of what you can do with it. It's the #1 scanner I use, or in the top 3 that I use intraday trading. It's also great for swing trading. I'm going to show you about the chart trader on this chart now. You can turn these off, which makes that chart trader go away. I think most of you know that already. And you can have the chart trader with your buttons shown. And then you can have other charts, and I do this myself. I have other charts that I'm not trading from the chart trader, but if I move to that chart and I want to be able to see my position and my trailing stops, I can do the chart trader hidden. It hides it, but it will plot your current position. Like if you were long here and you had a trailing stop, maybe the price was way up here, you had a trailing stop following a target price or scale out, it would be showing you those on the chart, but it doesn't actually plot the history of your trades, just the current trade that you're in. That's what the difference in going to hidden is. We're going to bring it back in view. Now we're going to actually add the ATS chart trader to this chart. You right click, you can do this on any chart. And if you're interested in trying to use the ATS trader on other bar types, we have a video out there discussing that. It's not recommended to use your trailing stops on a standard candle. Now you can use it to break a new high. You can use it for a hard stop. You can use it for scale outs and profit targets. But if you use it on a trailing stop on a standard candle, where you have a 5-minute maybe on a big run, and then you get 2 little 5-minute red bars, and then you start back up, you're going to run into your stop. So it's not going to work on that chart for the trailing stops. You could use it on a multiple other type bars like Renko's, Hakanashis, and things of that nature. That's discussed in a different video. It's pretty complicated, but it can be done if you're somebody that likes to trade your bar type and you want to overlay it on our inflection charts. It can be done. We're going to go to our indicators, the ATS Chart Trader. Going to double click that. It's going to add it down here at the bottom. Now we have preset templates. I'm not going to go into all these settings, but you can see that this loaded a 4-bar. That's a default, and a 2-bar, and 400 profit target and things of that nature. Now we're going to go down to the bottom. This has to be set to each tick, by the way, so don't change that. I'm going to go to template, load, and I'm going up. This is a 25 tick bar. So we've got a 25 chart trader stocks. We got a 10 chart trader stocks. We got some pre-builts for you. We even got a 25 scale out stocks. You can load the one you wish. Now if you load the scale out versus the standard stop and profit target, you need to probably, especially if you're using 2 different ones. If you're using the same one all the time, it doesn't matter. You know that you got yours set up for a scale out. But you can, if you're using both, then you'll want to label some way in the name. I'll explain that to you in just a second. We want to load just a standard trader, and when I do that, I'm going to apply. It's brought the trader in, and the way you can test it, you loaded the template. It's purple. The stop button is yellow if you didn't load a template. That's the default color. And then the colors on the trails I have in the lighter orange and the darker orange, so you can know the difference. That's how you load a template. And if you're using like I say, if you're using both, then you would want to come down here and probably rename this area down here and come in and state something like in the front of this area, scale out, and do it in capital letters. You know, you can type right here. Just so you'll know when you look at that, or you're trying to find the one you want to make that trade on and you want to do it on a scale out, you can apply that and it'll change the name down here for you on the bottom. And I would definitely recommend that if you're going to use both ways. Then you could actually have the chart loaded with the scale out on one. You could duplicate your chart in a new tab, go over and load the other template for the non-scale out, have one for scale out and one for non-scale out, and have the exact same chart side by side. And you can do that as well, like if you want to enter on a 10 chart, but you want to have your stop on the 25 chart, which is what I recommend. I do this quite often. I'll take the 10 chart, I'll have this set to 10 wicks, and I'll show you how to do that. We're just going to go into data series. I did it wrong. And I'm just going to change the wick bar. Remember, that's allowed to 10. So now I've got a 10 tick, which I have to go way back to see this is where this happened at right here. Remember earlier, hit the white bar. That's the 25. That's the 10 off the same bar. Trying to zoom in. You can see it actually put a green bar above the line and then reversed. And here's what I'm talking to you about. If you're running a trail stop on this, you see it zigzag, it would have come up and got you, stopped you out, and then continued along the way. You get these little gyrations. And this was probably where that one wick showed up on the red bar on the way down. You had enough movement right here to probably do that. That's why you want to use your bigger bar for your stop. But you could take this chart, say, okay, I want to be short. you'd want to load this with a 10 template. You go right to your chart trader, go to load 10 chart trader, and watch this change from 2 bar to 3 bar on this part right here. 3 bar trail, 3 bar trail, and on our other chart we got a 2 bar trail up here on the stop. We do that because you do get the gyrations to give you a little better chance of staying in. You still got stopped out, but we also set this a little bit different, and it'll wait a bar longer to put you in the trade. That way, if you get this little tiny little movement right here, see, this wouldn't have stopped you out because it wasn't a 3 bar trail that's way back here. It would have almost stopped you out, but it wouldn't have. That's why we add a little extra in here. But I would use the trail and stop on the 25. That's going to keep you in this trade. But you can use this for your entry. If you want to get in early, you'd have been in this trade around 93.69 or 65, versus here you wouldn't have been in till 93.22 area. 20 area along in here when this bar here was formed. You took out the low of this bar plus a few cents. So that's how to get in it quicker, but you better use the other for your stop or you're not going to stay in your trade. Next, we're going to cover creating the chart from scratch. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get rid of this 10 that we modified, go back to my 25. I'm leaving this on here because when we reload our template, it's going to take it off. Okay, first thing we want to do is we want to look at our data series so we can show you what you got to have. This is a 2 data series chart. So we got the ATS Algo Wick selected with 25. We did 20 days. We try to do these not as 600 bars when we don't need them, so that you can not bog down your system as much trying to load more data. Regular trading hours, breaking into day checked. Do not plot executions daily. When you load the daily, going to do 1 day default to 365 regular trading hours. Break in today. We're going to select our STSAlgo Bar candle type here, which means nothing, so that the daily doesn't interfere with the chart. We just need the data. We don't need to see the candle. No auto scale on the daily, and you got to make sure you panel. It'll want to default to a new panel. You're going to put it to panel 1, so it's included in this. And then go to the bottom, do not plot execution. So that's what we're going to do on our new chart we're about to create. To create a new chart from scratch for this template, we're going to go to New, Chart. Going to select any symbol. We'll go to a different symbol just to demonstrate that. ATS Wick Algo, we want 25 brick. I did days to 20, remember. And then we went down to regular trading hours. I know you can't see that. Lowest one on the list, on this pull down list. Break in today, standard candlestick, do not plot. And we're going to add another one. Make sure you choose the same symbol. We're going to set this one to daily. It's going to be 1 day, 365 days. Again, we have to select our regular trading hours from the pull down. We want the candlestick to use our STS Algo. We do not want an auto scale. We do not want a new panel. We want panel 1 to match up with our other bar type. And then we're going to the very bottom, do not plot. I'm going to say OK. It's going to open us a chart. And it has our wick bars plotted on it. You don't see the daily, but it's there. You don't have to see it. You're just going to use it in the template. Right click, load template, and we're loading our 25 ATS Wick Inflection D. There's our new chart. Same as we had before. It's showing the trader out here, but remember we added the chart trader, so we don't have the chart trader indicator on this chart anymore. Remember the one we showed that we added it to, that we also showed on the website in the picture. It shows at the top ATS Chart Trader is part of what's on the chart. Thank you for watching our video. Continue to study. And if you're not a client and you want to touch base with us, you can email us at support@daytradersetups.com. We have contact forms on the website as well. Thank you again for watching our videos. This video is brought to you by Active Trader Setups Tutoring Reference Series, where we're dissecting the components of each chart and all the indicators that are shown on the charts and how to read them and what they're intended to inform you about. Be sure to watch the complete series on any other chart templates you need information on, and as well as be sure to tune in to our trading and training series, where we'll be looking at real-time setups on the charts as they progress through the day, and you start to learn to recognize how you're applying all these indicators to your trading. We're taking the charts and the indicators and learning how they apply to real-time trading and reading the charts. That's the trading and training series. We're putting that out 2 to 3 times a week during the week, and then also on the weekends we're going to have a weekend chart talk video that goes into many more charts that showed up throughout the week, and mainly concentrating on the cloud setups and the ATS Inflection charts. Thanks again for watching our video. Learn more about our trading package at activetradersetups.com.